Some events this weekend had to change plans and move locations due to the downtown library saga.
Traffic is piling up, the bridge is closed, and it's causing a lot of confusion.
How would you like to become a multi-millionaire overnight?
Representative Gary Graves, how are you feeling out here tonight? The vibe is just electric.
Well, Kim Hutcherson's telling us to just go on and get out of here. It's vacation time, I guess, Kevin.
When you try to put a coin in, it's going to get jammed. Of course, it wouldn't be a Saturday without talking to you guys about some LSU football. The Tigers are on the road, and it's a Tiger versus Tiger showdown. We start tonight with a global dispute with possible impacts here at home. We begin tonight with breaking news. East Baton Rouge Councilman Buddy Amoroso died in a cycling crash this morning. But when you swipe that card, just beware that filling up your tank's going to cost a little bit more than normal. It is a disgusting Labor Day weekend so far.
You guys go together like mac and cheese, I just gotta say.
And you are just so cheesy.
Hey!
So we begin tonight with new information. A suspect now behind bars charged in connection to the shooting death of LSU basketball star Wade Sims. With ESPN's College Game Day crew on campus, fans are saying that's just adding even more to the excitement. Happening right now, people across the state are casting their votes this election day.
It is finally time to watch some more Tigers in action. So
getting them butterflies already.
It's that time of the year. I think we're all happy about it.
Let's go.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Inside these pages lives a minute-by-minute recount of a horrific attack. Over a year after Congressman Steve Scalise was shot during practice for a charity congressional baseball game, he shares his message.
You know, it was really good for me to go and see what really did happen and how close I was to being on the brink of death and then fighting through it and just how I was able to make it through.
In his new book titled Back in the Game, One Gunman, Countless Heroes, and the Fight for My Life, Scalise tells the story of his own survival, as well as the background of all the heroes on the field who helped him see another day.
The greatest reward in writing this book is that, number one, it gave me an opportunity to go back and kind of retrace all the steps of the things that happened to me, but to tell it through the eyes of all the heroes, the people who saved my life and who did just extraordinary things.
Scalise parallels baseball to the game of life. No matter how many times you strike out or what adversity you face, you can't hit a home run unless you lace up your cleats once again.
You're not defined by what happens to you, it's how you come back, how you fight through the adversity that really defines who we are.
Scalise got back in the game, literally when he took the field once again a year after the attack, and figuratively when he made his return to Washington.
In one act of violence, it was really all of the good things that I got to see that got me through it.
As for what's next, there's still more innings left for him to play. For Local 33, I'm Amber Smith.
I wouldn't wish it on somebody that I just really didn't like. Every child deserves to feel happiness.
April Hill said she was just a toddler when she entered the hospital, injured by the hands of her mother.
I was told that she picked me up as far as her arms would reach in the air, and she dropped me on my face. And it just repeated that over and over and over until like eventually I was, forced to sit in a chair, and she tried to kill me in the chair.
She said she was taken away from one unsafe home and put into another. This one, her first foster care placement.
A lot of things that are not supposed to happen in custody, happened.
She said her caseworker, the person supposed to protect her from abuse, failed.
I can count on one hand and not use all of my fingers how many times my social worker came to that placement.
And she's not the only one with a similar story to tell.
One of the reasons my foster parents got away with the things that they did to us for so long is because I maybe saw my worker once every 6 months, maybe.
Leanna McCrae now works as a caseworker for the state of Louisiana, inspired by her own experience as a teenager going through the system in Washington state.
In those 5 years, I experienced 10 different placements.
It will be over 15.
But did make a few happy memories along the way.
I got to sit at a table and have real Christmas dinner with a family. It's one of my best memories as a kid. That's the first time I felt like I was a part of something.
It meant the world to me that she took that time to do that. It told me that I was worth something.
When 18 came, the question was, what now?
I made 18 and my foster mom basically just, bye,
She went on to college using stipend money from the state, but budget cuts meant no more stipend and no more school.
I was homeless a couple of times because I don't have, and still to this day, I don't really have anyone to fall back on.
Foster kids, particularly those who age out of the system, say they have to fight harder for a life they want, a life so many take for granted.
I realized if I'm going to be anything or do anything or have any kind of success in life, it's going to be because I do it.
Everything that I have, I got it on my own.
You just heard it right there. Two women who grew up in foster care. Obviously, as I was kind of saying leading into this story, they had very different experiences, but obviously pointed out some things that are very challenging for these kids going through the system.
Their strength is so inspiring.
Absolutely inspiring. And, you know, this is something that them speaking out, they're, you know, highlighting some things that they would like to see changed. And actually, I talked with DCFS as well, and some of those same things that they're pointing out as areas for improvement are things that the department is specifically highlighting that they would like to improve. So part 2 of this special, to see what the department is really doing to fix some of these things. We're going to have that tonight on Local 33 at 10.
What determination by these women, though.
Absolutely. So inspiring.
Fantastic story. Very well
done. Yes. Thank you, Amber.
Let's take a look at